Welcome to Total Party Kill, where the dice roll high and the stakes roll higher. If you're into epic battles, chaotic crits, and unforgettable moments, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a session. Let's dive in.
38, 44, 47, 49, 51, and might as well do a smite.
It does cost one spell slot higher, unless it's like your Divine Smite or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's a divine smite.
Divine Smite still costs a spell slot, doesn't it? So it at least costs like a level 2.
Well, it's a spell slot, but anything above upcasted or something.
I would say there would be like two scenarios. Then it would either cost a level 2 spell, or it would cost two level 1 spells.
Starting at second level, when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you expend one spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target in addition to the weapon's damage. The extra damage is 2d8 for first level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each higher than first. A maximum of 5d8.
Okay, so yeah, so it's like a minimal of a first. So you have to at least cast it as a second to do it within this situation. Or to cast a first, you have to use a second. That is.
Gotcha. Ah, you could just keep it as it is.
Okay.
I don't even remember how much I did anyway, so
It was
that's my turn.
51. It was 51 at that point.
Oh.
All right, and at count 20, you can see the curtains start closing in completely around both of you, and he starts laughing maniacally and perhaps frantically at this point, maybe out of desperation. He swings at you, and I'm going to do it a total of 4 times, because one of them is going to be his legendary action. 26 misses. 34 hits, probably. 20 misses for sure. And a 33 hits, probably. Let's see. So this one, I'll add the resistances into it just to make it easy. You take altogether from those two attacks 27 slashing and 54 points that also reduce from your maximum health. But I'm guessing you're still up, but maybe kind of barely. After that, it is going to be your turn. You notice that he regains a bunch of health at the end of his turn. Not like a lot, but a little chunk. Vines try to grab you, but you're incorporeal. Or incorporeal. Here we go. Like mispronouncing words. He looks nearly dead. Like he's getting into like a psychotic, frantic mode. And what do you do, Chaos?
I'll attack him. $31 hit.
Yes. And also, damn, that's a high attack.
5. 14. 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21. 23. 27. 20, 30. 36. 40. 46. 46 damage for the first attack.
Damn.
24.
24 barely fucking hits.
8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, that'll be my turn.
You do enough damage to put him down on the second attack. And he starts laughing even more frantically. You see smiles of impossible length going from cheek to cheek, and the whole room starts combining with him. He splits into 4: red, white, orange, and green, and he starts combining with the room. And at that moment, you see Bexis' crystal shard start shaking back and forth rapidly. I thought I had this, but 1 second here. He laughs and blood drips from every hero. The crystal line nearby suddenly cracks. One line, then another, then thousands. There's no explosion, but instead the battlefield becomes perfectly silent for a split second. Leaves begin falling upward, snow melts into flowers, dead grass blooms, fire freezes. Time hesitates, then suddenly, the crystal erupts, not outwards but inwards. Reality starts folding around in a single figure. Bexis steps through, except he doesn't resemble the Eladrin that the party once knew. His skin radiates like polished emerald crystal. Golden vines pulse beneath translucent flesh. His once green hair has become impossibly long, flowing weightlessly like strands of living aura. 4 spectral crowns orbit behind him, one woven in blossoms, sunlight, leaves, and crystals. His eyes are not pupils, only endless galaxies swirling in vibrant emerald light. His cloak no longer exists. Instead, entire forests bloom and wither behind every movement. Where his feet touch, life erupts. Flowers bloom across shattered stone. The dead trees around Vael'tharis awaken. Even the air bends towards him, above his head. 4 enormous ethereal wings unfold, not feathered, but they are made from living seasons themselves. Spring vine, summer flame, autumn leaves, and winter starlight. You guys hear one voice echo through the battlefield. Now, show them why the gods feared hope. And Bexis simply raises one hand towards the ceiling, and Vael'tharis finally stops smiling. For the first time in 1,000 years, he feels fear. No attack is spoken, no spell is cast. Bexis just points his hand in a general direction, and Vael'tharis starts erasing from reality itself. Eventually, he becomes nothing, and your surroundings become as they were. And you hear a whisper in the back. This is not the last time you'll see of me. And he fades away into darkness. Let me look here. Alright. And then suddenly, you guys feel silence. And then a soft ringing. You each feel something pulling from your pack. 1, 2, 3. Every crystal recovered from Calathar's champion slowly rises into the air. They start circling the battlefield. At first, nothing happens. And then, each crystal explodes. Not violently, but beautifully. Thousands of emerald fragments drift like fireflies. The fragments refuse to fall. Instead, they begin rebuilding themselves. Not into the familiar crimson shards that you once held in your possessions, but into pristine emerald prisms. Pure, ancient, and alive. An overwhelming pressure fills the air. Chaos, you immediately recognize it. And your breath catch, and you have one thought come across your mind. Impossible. The shards begin orbiting one another, slowly, then faster, and faster, until they become a single spinning emerald constellation. The earth trembles. Every living thing bows. The sky itself ripples. Then all at once, the fragments shoot like a comet towards the north, and they're gone. Chaos, you hear in your head. After everything becomes quiet, a woman's voice. Cold, calm, and emotionless. The Lady of Pain. Again, you failed. Once I believed you worthy. Once I loved what you could have become. You swore you would. You swore no one would ever touch it. Yet history repeats itself again, and the air starts to grow cold around everybody. The Master Emerald calls. Will you fall it? Will you fail it? One final time. And then silence. And she is gone from your thoughts. The battlefield then remains still. One last crystal floats in front of you guys. The crystal that was taken from Lathril begins floating. Soft blue. Then violet. Then a brilliant white. Warmth floods the battlefield, and you guys hear a familiar voice come from it. Yet weak. Barely holding together. Heroes. Can you hear me? You guys are unabsorbed by Vael'tharis too in this action as well. Like, you are like spat back into reality. Mistra is losing. The shard starts to flash violently. Calathar has nearly reached her. Her prison weakens. Another pulse. Then she starts to sound terrified. The Cradle of Light. You must return immediately. If he reaches her heart, you can tell that she starts having tears enter her voice. He won't imprison magic. He'll become it. The light flickers from it rapidly, and then she screams. Dark consumes the crystal. Her voice begins to distort. Then an inhuman scream tears through the battlefield. The crystal instantly turns black, and it falls, shattering on the ground. How do you guys react to all that so far? Some time passes. You guys have time to talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should listen to the mysterious voice.
And the Master Emeralds.
No. That never happened. That's just hallucinations brought on severe trauma.
Sure.
But even if it did, I didn't fail anybody. If anybody, it was my dad, the entire clan. I just walked away.
Oh, this time you didn't.
I mean,
You stood your ground.
I kicked the dirt. I mean, I tried, but he wouldn't let me. Be honest. After you guys got absorbed, I was kind of trying to figure out any way to, avoid it.
Carry on, I'll be right back.
But I guess it worked out. For you guys, at least.
No longer
It all
part of
works out in the end.
I think we still at least have a chance. Unless he would get a hold of any sort of shards of the Master Emerald, but I mean, I haven't sensed any. Unless there's somewhere all around here now.
You just did,
Based
and it
off
was
of that.
right in your butthole. your sensory or like your sensors just went off like crazy. Do you guys remember the gems that Vael'tharis champions would drop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty strong bosses. They had some pretty reality-bending effects about him. How do you think he got those champions? Those shards?
I don't know. All sorts of strange stuff here. It makes no sense. How would the Master Gemeralds have come from a completely different dimension? And I shattered it myself before I left. So how would it be here falling and shattering right before my eyes? That makes no sense.
Goichi. Would you like to take the spotlight here on this one? Also, something that you guys notice about Goichi is just like a head with neck and a chest that like goes out to his shoulders. He does not have arms or legs anymore, or a torso.
Ah, you're Rayman. Nice.
That's what he looks like. What do I look like?
I'm a head. So,
Goichi, with Chaos saying that, what do you think could be happening?
if the Master Gemeralds are from a different dimension, we're also from different timelines.
Give yourself an extra 5,000 gold.
I think Vael'thar has access to the different timelines, and the shards that we got are the shards of the Master Gemerald that you shattered. But I also take some solace in the fact that I'm mostly incorporeal. I think we're still on the right track.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, give yourself an extra 5,000 gold. That's pretty much, what's happening right now. Vael'thar controls different timelines. He sent Goichi back in time. He's not just right here. He's like a fifth dimensional character in Goichi's timeline.
So more than likely he has access to the Gemeralds. But I think we gotta go acquire them. Save the shards.
And the screen basically fades to black. That's pretty much Sesh there. And that's where Bexis would have came in. There was a whole bunch of dialogue like the whole time, like leading up to that point between Bexis and AO. But I'll get into that when we get into next session.
Damn.
Right. Talk about Cliff.
Nah, I guess what you're saying about chaos shit and breaks once the session ends.
So what do you guys think of the season finale? Oh, wait, actually, the lights don't fade to black. There's one last thing. Are you still there, Zach?
Yeah.
Cool, there is one last thing. You guys hear a familiar voice come to you, and it surrounds you entirely. As you're setting up camp and getting ready for the rest of the night, you start hearing applause. Oh, that's great. Magnificent. You truly exceed my expectations. Vael'tharis believed himself my equal. You hear chuckling like thunder. How disappointing. You wonder why I never intervened with your little campaign. Because while you struggled with seasons, I was killing gods. The air grows heavy. The first was the Lord of Murder. Even death answers to me now. The second was the Lady of Loss. Hope fades far more quickly without her. Imagine it. No kings, no suffering, no hunger. One empire, one ruler, one eternity. Stand behind me and rule this world, or die trying to save it. My weak enforcers were merely children, but my true assassins have finally awakened.
The fuck do you say about me?
Yeah, right? A cold echo laughs across the sky. Run, grow stronger, pray. It changes nothing. And then you guys hear silence. And one final sentence, almost whispered. I'll see you at the end of everything. And then the voice disappears. And the wind returns to normal. And then the session fades to black. And yeah, that's the end of Sesh.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very, very heavy. Like, this next arc is going to be like the fate of the world kind of vibes. What'd you guys think about the fight with Vael'tharis? I figured it would have been a little bit harder without Soren around, but that's okay.
That was a pretty tough boss, but we laid some massive damage.
His AC actually went up 2 because he absorbed Soren. Originally it was 19, and you guys would have hit a lot more with the 19.
Dang.
Soren's
Those
binds
lines
give
have-
him an extra +2 to his AC, so yeah.
Dang.
And they also give
Alright.
him magic resistance. I don't know if he remembers that or not. You know who else has magic resistance?
Who?
Goichi.
My.
Magic resistance is basically you get advantage on saves. Also, the phrase, Zach, can you tell me what the phrase was? That they called
Lathriel guide me.
Yep. Lathriel guide me, you guys could have snapped out of it without attacking anybody. Award yourself an extra 5,000 gold, Valgrim.
Sick.
Speaking of gold, you guys don't get much from Vael'tharis. It all was materialized from him, so like nothing really drops. You do get a few things though. You get experience for sure, which him alone was 33,000, split between 5 people, which I want to say is like 75, but I'll double check. You guys each gain 6,600 experience. And you gain 1 extra bonus perk. You guys have access to a full-time shop at any point in time. As you see something like shrivel into something that looks like a 20-sided die in front of you. if you were to roll it, Nimbles would be there with a shop. It would materialize. You guys have access to a shop that basically sells everything except for like wish spells and certain extra ultra OP bullshit. Bexy gains his god powers maybe, depending on things. I don't know. We'll find out. Because something's going to happen, like, right at the end of that battle. He's got two choices. He can either absorb Vael'tharis' soul or let it go. Do you guys have anything that absorbs souls?
I mean, no, but apparently I have contact with, like, a godlike being that can kill gods, so, I mean, that might come in handy.
Maybe, but she seems pretty disappointed in you.
I mean, yeah. But what better way to be disappointed than, like, kill me and the entire world I'm in, right?
In a kind of hot way? No, just kidding.
More like a martyrdom kind of like, all right, well, I'll just annihilate the entire world and myself kind of way.
You don't have to die a martyr. Like, you know that. You know that's an option, but you know you don't have to do that. How does your character, deep down, like, how does he feel about this Master Gemerald news? As a DM, I kind of need to know. Like, upfront first reaction to it. Because this has been in the works for a long time.
I mean, it's a good use of backstory.
But how do you feel? How does Chaos feel?
Alright, I'm off, boys. Fun sesh.
Have a good night, Zach.
Good night, man.
Is he disturbed? Does it feel like a failure? I don't know.
I mean, it felt like a failure when I annihilated my entire, like, or at least like half my clan and spent like hundreds of years doing nothing and then killing the rest of them off to go do my own thing. But it's one of those, it's more, I was going to say, if anything, it's just more of a...
Your character does have complex emotions. I guess what I'm asking is, do you emote off of this at all? Does anything strike from this?
More or less just like annoyance. It's like, well, the whole reason why I shattered it is so it wouldn't fall into any hands. So it's just one of those things of like, not really annoyance at whatever, just kind of annoyed in general. Because even if I wouldn't have shattered it, then it would basically be there to be taken advantage of anyway.
Yeah.
So just more of a relation of a damned if you do, damned if I didn't.
It's kind of, yeah, one of those situations, too, yeah.
More or less kind of, and also kind of relieving. To be like, well, I guess it could have been worse.
And you know it could have been. Like, like, the power of the Master Gemerald is unfathomable. It's unexplainable. Like, you're hundreds of years old, yet you have the body of a 17-year-old. Or something. Or maybe you're like 50 now that you've aged or something. I think that was the lore behind it.
Yeah, I've spent like... Well, I think I said I was like 30 or whatever. I'm sure I spent...
Yeah.
I'm sure I spent some amount of time here.
I remember something like that. You said, like, your character is technically hundreds of years old, but, like, because of certain situations, he wasn't. Mostly because he was a guardian and stood still at a doorway. Or in the chambers
Right.
of.
Well, it's just basically an island floating throughout space, basically. If that makes any sense.
But no, Hella 6 session. I think that's a great end to that season of the session. We're
Oh, yeah.
on to, I'm
That
going
was
to dub it
fucking
our
Herald.
last season of the session.
Session of the season.
Like, honestly, I think I'm going to dub it as the last season of this session of Dungeon Masters. And then, I mean, if anything happens afterwards, it's like post-season,
Yeah, like flashbacks at the beginning of a new season.
Maybe, yeah, we could always find out. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to start thinking of another game, which kind of concerns me because it took me quite a while to, like, make out this game. With, like, you know what I mean? Storylines and shit.
So Tyler's DM in this next session, right?
I
This
would
next
hope so.
campaign.
Tyler is the most consistent player here. And that's not a jab at you, like you had situations that, you can't control kind of thing.
Oh no, I don't take it as a jab. I look forward to playing a campaign with the Scales Master.
Right.
Not to put too
Maybe.
much pressure on you, but